Understood.
Uh,
You will be presented with a selection window during the exam.
okay.
To pass the exam,
Yep.
you are required to solve all case files. A
Cool.
grade will be given for each attempted case file. You are free
Cool,
to
cool.
retry them as many times as you want to improve your grades. It's important to note that the latest grade will always override the previous one, even if it's lower.
So you can suck harder.
Proceed.
All right.
Which case file would you like to tackle?
All right. I mean, do you want to just... So we picked the one that was... Well, I mean, picked. We started with one that was middle of the road.
Yeah, not part of exam grade average. That's fine.
So we could just do the easy one.
Which is this
To start with? Yeah.
All right. Welcome back to Character Select. Detective and Noteboy back for more of Scene Investigators.
We're doing it. We're investigating some scenes.
Let's go to Scenario 1. Oh boy.
Loading scenario. Loading complete. Good luck.
Your voice is creeping me out.
And I know that I'm supposed to be Noteboy, but don't forget that you have notes.
Yes. The day started busy as usual for a financially struggling family trying to make ends meet. Before leaving for her early work shift, the mother kissed the sleeping kids goodbye. Unbeknownst to her, that day turned into one that changed the family forever. Search through the scene and uncover what had happened.
Oh, boy. 1998. There's some asshole kids drawn on the walls. An answering machine on the table.
Is that... It is. No, that's a...
What is that?
I think it's a CD
Play,
player.
pause. Is that a record? Is that like an old, like, mini record player?
No, I think it's a CD player.
It's a really old CD player.
There's a planner there. I'm just going to take a look around before we start.
Yeah, we're just
digging into
looking around
things.
first. We got a little grip thing. We got children's art.
Sudoku board. Nice.
Was Sudoku even a thing in 1998?
Sudoku has been a thing for a very long time. Was it a thing in
I mean,
Los
it wasn't
Angeles?
a popular thing in 19... Well, I mean, I don't know about Los Angeles, but was it a popular thing in 1998?
I don't know. There's a kite.
I don't know.
Kids scrawling on walls.
Look, you can paint over that. It's fine.
Also, if you're smart, you'll get the wash-offable markers.
Yep.
All-day breakfast menu at Star Diner.
What do we got on there? What coupons we got there? Taco Tuesday? Hell yeah.
Buy two, get one free any taco. Give me the steak, baby.
See, that Thursday one sucks. 10% off ribs and sausages.
I mean...
No.
Rated top 5 family diner in the hills. Hell yeah.
$5 off any purchase, $30 or more. That's a lot of food in 1998. $30.
It's true. That's like $60 in today money.
Anyway, let's look around. Alright.
Neat.
Stegosauruses.
We don't even know what questions we need to ask yet. Alright. Again, I'm just taking a look around at things. I'm not picking up anything
Clicking on anything yet. So it's like, obviously, family struggling to pay for food.
Call me at
With,
Star Diner or Wilson's. I'm assuming that somebody works at the Star Diner.
I'm assuming there's two kids. There's a boy who likes dinosaurs, and there's a girl who likes butterflies and drawing and whatever.
Hold on a second.
There's that rug, that classic rug.
Let's just turn this down a little bit. It's a little jank. Alright. That's better. I think I had a rug like that.
I mean, that's not the exact one, because I'm sure there's, like, copyright nonsense,
Right.
but, like, that is, like, the, 90s kids rug or whatever. But we got, like, a little paper dolls, and then the dinosaur. So we have a boy who likes dinosaurs, and then we have a girl who likes bunnies and, butterflies or whatever.
Who also has a diary. Okay.
Mm-hmm. In the closet.
Area is inaccessible for exam. Alright, fair.
Oh, I wonder if that's going to come up later. Okay, so I guess those rooms don't matter for the exam.
Correct.
Alright, so
Happy
this is the
Madre's Day.
parents' room.
Killers with scarves. Okay. Art
Are
atelier.
they artists?
Telescope. Los Angeles, not a good idea. Oh, Tyler, our weight loss has worked out and paid off. We weigh nothing.
Hooray! We're ghosts. Oh,
That's a lot of beer. The Atlas and World Building of Hythrol.
What is that? What does the stuff on the top say?
Oh god, I can't zoom in any more than that.
The amazing lands built by E.T. Orden have inspired generations. To this, we compile the various firsts of Delstone and Battle's Chord to something the most complete guide to Orden's world.
To form the most complete guides to Orden's world.
Yeah.
Ballista.
I thought those were like. I thought those right there were like the the mango sour Altoids.
Focus.
God, those things are fucking good.
Focus, Tyler. Focus. All right. Okay.
All right.
Let's go back and take a look at some of the stuff that we've seen now that we have the lay of the land.
All right. Let's start at the front here.
Nicholas and Hazel.
Let's write down the names here. So I'm assuming the kids are named Nicholas and Hazel.
Right.
N is the note button.
Thank you.
Nicholas male and Hazel female. Well, we assume.
Yeah. I mean, this is 1998. It's okay to assume genders. Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, they didn't really have a lot of. They didn't really use a lot of androgynous names in 1998. That's just the way the world was. Okay.
These don't
So
open.
what's the thing on the counter there?
Alexander Elementary event schedule.
Okay.
Picture taken. I think? Yeah, okay.
Okay.
How would I contact
read
my
that.
child? Oh, right. Event schedule, dress code. We will inform you of specific dates a month in advance. Good to know. How'd my child come?
This doesn't really tell us anything because it doesn't have any names on it and it doesn't really have any good information.
What if I require
Although the
someone
phone
else?
number might be important.
Yeah, and also, what if I require someone else to pick up my child in my place? We will require an ID check before we let your child go. That one seems important.
So, knowing nothing about what's going on, we can make the assumption that the children have gone missing.
Yes. Just based on the fact that it's called missing.
Yeah.
Without mommy or Thomas. Not dad. Thomas.
Thomas, stepdad kind of deal, or boyfriend. Right.
Okay. Nicholas is too fussy. You can give him some crackers. Who are the Wilsons?
So we can also assume that by that the notepad there, that the woman, the mother, works at the diner.
That's what I'm assuming, yeah.
Because if you need to, for emergencies, call me at the diner or at the Wilsons.
Right, which also brings to mind...
Okay. And we got a wallet and stuff on the counter. $300 withdrawn from the checking account.
On a specific date. 9/18/99 at 12 o'clock?
Okay. They like hearts. Is that cider?
Yes.
Imported beer. It's not cider. It's imported beer.
Okay. Chariot Rider.
But there's frozen corn dogs sitting on the counter.
They're corn sticks, thank you.
But they're corn dogs, Dave. It says heating them up. Thomas Morris Harrington. Okay. Alright, we don't know who that is. We can assume that's the mother. Maybe.
30 film photo prints, 4x6, $5. 9/7/8/22. Available for pickup on 9/12. Will be held for a maximum of 10 days.
Okay.
Cash out voucher.
Jesus
Las
Christ.
Vegas, Nevada.
So he's a gambler.
He got 37 cents. He didn't even bother to cash it. The date on that seems interesting. So we'll camera that.
9/6/98. Okay.
Good for fuel only.
Gas card.
For
Okay.
September. Okay.
So he's a budgeting kind of guy.
Thomas Harrington. Expiration date next year.
Okay. That's pretty standard. I mean, take a picture of that anyway.
Okay.
Okay.
Hey, honey. I just wanted to remind you to pick up the kids tomorrow because I won't be able to. Anyways, miss you. Safe driving.
So that's the day before today.
Okay. And then this one would be from... Wait, hold on. Go back and... What's the day? Okay, so this was from the day before today, and this was a week... The next one is a week before that.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, a little more than a week, but... Thomas was supposed to pick up the kids.
Honey, it's difficult for you. I know, but I am getting tired of this. I need you to tell me what's happening to you. We need to talk. Call me tonight.
Interesting. So, if we go back to his wallet, that was 3 days after this Vegas thing.
Right. That was also right after the Vegas thing.
Right.
So we can assume that he has a gambling problem, and she wants to talk to him about his gambling problem.
Right.
And then perhaps that ATM thing was him pulling out money, potentially. Was there anything on the ATM to indicate that it was like a different, like it was the card that was in there?
Card number
Sequence.
1223.
So can we look at his credit card real quick?
Hillside Bank 1223.
All right. So he pulled $300 out on the 18th.
The day that the kids that the kids presumably went missing.
So for some reason, he pulled $300 out.
Oh.
Okay.
A recent incident has come to our attention about the lack of supervision regarding a couple students in one of our elementary schools. The district CPS supervisor has already met with both students to understand the situation. We want to take appropriate measures to ensure the safety of our students. At the request of district CPS supervisor, we will require our students, elementary or under, to be dropped off and picked up by parents, guardians at bus locations. This will go into effect next Monday, September 14th.
So we're in September right now.
Yeah, it's September 18th.
So they're saying on September 14th, you need to start watching the kids.
Buses,
And so
yeah,
the kids go missing
that's on you.
that Friday, September 18th.
Yeah. And buses will leave 20 minutes after drop-off time.
Okay.
So the drop-off time was 1:20 p.m., assuming they got on the bus.
All right, write that down, that they were supposed to pick them up at 7:40 a.m.
Drop them off.
Drop them off at 1:20.
Kids, bus, pickup, 7:40 a.m. Bus, drop off, 1:20 p.m. 20-minute wait time max. Okay. I just picked that up randomly. I didn't think it was important.
I mean, it's something you can interact with. They did say that, like, not everything you can interact with is important.
Oh,
they got an
N64! They can't be doing too bad for themselves.
Hell yeah.
God.
It's obviously not an N64, but also it obviously is.
Yeah.
So.
Alright, so then there's this, which I noticed.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Planner, is there anything interesting in here?
Thomas takes care of kids. Thomas takes care of kids until Gina comes. Gina takes over from 3 to 8. Thomas leaves to Albuquerque. He wasn't in Albuquerque.
Star Diner, Wilson.
So she's working
Star
from
Diner,
6 to 9.
She's working 2 jobs.
Fuck. Can't page.
And made on her day off was like, instead of like, did the grocery shopping play with the kids? Did she like say screw grocery shopping, I'm gonna play with the kids, or
was there not enough money? Because
you know what I mean?
If you
like,
remember, that was fast.
When does she get? I mean, I don't know how much it matters, but she gets paid.
That's not
anyway.
her. The handwriting is different.
Right. So Thomas is like, I will buy groceries. Hold on, what's the other blue?
No cooking without mommy or Thomas present. So I don't know who this is, but it's not
so
her.
I would assume that would be Thomas.
Yeah, but
so Thomas is saying that, you know, don't fuck with the oven if mommy or me is not around. And because he's not saying daddy or whatever, you can assume that he's not the stepdad, that he's a boyfriend.
Right. So she was supposed to go grocery shopping on the 19th, then the 12th,
right,
and actually went on the 13th.
Yeah, the 10th and the 12th.
Yeah, sorry. Thomas leaves to Reno. Hey, Gina.
Thomas comes back from Reno 4 days later.
The day before they go missing. Gina has a family gathering from noon. Pay Gina.
So she paid Gina. Gina has a family gathering from noon.
Gina's last day.
And then she works. Gina quits on the last... Okay. So we can assume that Thomas went to Reno, lost a shit ton of money, or rather broke even and won 37 cents.
Either way, not good.
Either way, not good. If he's like in debt with someone. The mother is apparently trying real hard to keep things together because she's got this really kind of
detailed
schedule and keeps trying to be like, I need to buy groceries, I need to buy groceries, I need to buy groceries kind of thing.
Right.
Alright, what do we got here?
I don't think I can pay you this Friday on the 11th. I will pay the amount next Friday along with your next payment, which we kind of already figured.
Why is she writing that down on a notepad? Who's Gina?
Because she's not home. Gina's the babysitter.
Okay,
yeah.
Gina's a babysitter.
Yeah,
okay.
and she's not home because she works 2 fucking jobs. Right,
which is, you know, that's the 90s for you. Okay, so these are the instructions for the kids.
Hey, Catherine, I talked to the Wilsons and they are happy to have you. The work starts from 1 to 9, but since it pays well, it can help with your family situation. Anyway, call me if you're interested. I left the agreement contract inside too, Megan. P.S. I still think it's better if you break things off with Thomas.
Okay.
Expected on the job. Making dinner, cleaning the house, doing the laundry, assisting them when they want to move around the house outside, wheelchair, take their medication, use the restroom, take a bath, change the nightwear, get into their bed for sleeping, locking up at night.
Okay. So we can just make the assumption that Catherine, the mother, is helping out in an elderly person's home after they finish working at the diner.
Yes.
Okay.
Ooh, what's that?
We have a...
Orange, peel, and jasmine?
Ooh, that sounds pretty alright. I like orange peel.
It's not bad.
Okay.
Hold on.
That's the diner that she works at.
That phone number is going to be important somehow.
That's the diner that she works at. All right.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Incoming, outgoing, incoming.
We'll need to sort this out in a bit.
Yeah.
Like who... We need to know who's been calling. So we need to know who this 9753 number is, because that's the most common number on there.
Whoa. Who's calling at 5 in the morning? Well, she is.
That's what I'm saying.
She is.
We need to know who that is.
Let's find out. 9753?
That's the voicemail right there.
That's it. Now I will be taking things into my own hands.
At 1:45 p.m.
Okay, I don't know if that was a male or a female.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know who that's supposed to be.
So...
But, like, clearly this person has called constantly.
Well, so here's the thing. Called on the 11th, and then he goes to Vegas. Called on the 15th, and then he goes to Vegas. You know? It's kind of a pattern there.
But they called at 10 o'clock on the 17th or whatever, so...
Right. Basically, I would assume...
No, 1:45 on the day of.
Oh, and this one's actually outgoing. See? I don't know if that's a mistake.
No, the one at 1:45 is incoming.
No, the one below that.
Yeah, that's outgoing.
Right, so...
The 7318...
So the threatening phone number calls... I don't know if you can see my mouse. I don't think you can. So...
I can't. The threatening phone calls are incoming from 9753.
But check it out. The threatening call comes in at the 17th at 10 p.m., and then he calls somebody at 10:53 p.m.
He?
I'm assuming.
We don't know if it's a he that's calling.
No, I'm saying this is supposed to be an outgoing symbol. It's supposed to be white. The second line?
Well, no. White just means they didn't pick up.
I don't know about that. Well, let's find.
Well, that's my assumption, because like if you go back to the call log real quick, you see that like you have down there at 10:02 at the very bottom there, you have an incoming call.
Yeah.
From the same 9753 number, but it's white, so that means they picked up. That's my assumption. Is that the white ones are the ones that were picked up?
Okay. Then why is the second line outgoing in red? That's why I'm confused about.
They tried to call someone at 11 o'clock and were like, they didn't pick up. So who's 7318?
Who's 3466? Do we have that number in here? We do not. All right, let's see what this voicemail is.
Okay. All right, so it's from the school.
Hi, Mrs. Patton. This is Mrs. Bird, Nicholas's teacher. Nicholas wasn't able to take part in today's activities today. Make sure he brings his backpack next time.
Okay. So we know that Nicholas was at the school on the 18th in the morning, so he got on the bus.
Okay.
So we know that he was on the bus and didn't go missing in the morning.
Right. This one is coming in at 1:45, which is 5 minutes after the bus would have left.
Before that when did the kids get picked up?
1:20.
Okay, so that would be right after the kids would be dropped off at the house.
In theory, yes. Because because the bus drops them off and the parents have to pick them up from the bus drop-off point.
Right, but because Catherine is working 2 jobs, Thomas is the one picking them up. Supposedly.
So this must be his backpack.
So here's his backpack. It's Nicholas's backpack.
Nothing unusual about it there.
Little penguins.
Oh, they got a karaoke machine.
Oh, hell yeah.
Hope they're still alive to enjoy this sweet stuff they got.
You know they're probably not.
Yeah, that's what happens with kidnapping.
The people who make these games are always like everything's very bittersweet, you know.
Hazel, Mommy will be very busy and won't be able to cook for you and Nicholas. Whenever Thomas is home, you will prepare all the meals. Otherwise, on the days that he's not home, I will leave $12 in the dining room table for in the morning. Give yourself 6 and your brother the other 6. You must use this for food and only food.
Okay, so Hazel is the girl.
Yep.
Did we have that noted down, or is that a different name? I can't
No,
remember.
we have that. It's in here. Let me just copy this over.
All right. Just want to make sure. So, yeah. So we have the kids' names.
Okay.
Thomas isn't always around.
Mm-hmm.
We know that because he's in Reno and whatever.
Right. And then we've got this. Hazel's diary.
Oh, boy.
Today, Carla and Jasmine showed me their Princess Eliana dolls. During recess, I couldn't play with them because I only have the Dearly doll. Want to play with them. Today, on the way back, Gina let us go to the toy shop. I like my Dearly doll, but Princess Eliana is really pretty. 6 plus 6 equals 12. 12 plus 12 equals 24. 24 plus 6 equals 30. Uh-oh. Today was...
Is she implying that she's, like, stealing money from her brother? Or like, maybe her brother is giving her his money?
Maybe.
To let her buy the doll that she wants, or whatever?
Today was PE and we played soccer. Jasmine and I were Team Red. I think Carla wanted to be Team Red too. Jasmine is really good at soccer. Walking back made me so tired. Also, we are running out of bread. Today, my teacher had me meet someone during lunch. Her name was Hannah. We talked about Mommy. I think she is Mommy's friend. I am glad Mommy has someone who cares about her. It was finally Mom's day off today, but I couldn't show Mommy my drawings. When she wasn't sleeping, she was talking to Thomas on the phone. She seemed mad at him. Mommy is always working now, so I only see her on her day off. Oof. Latchkey kid.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's not the mother's fault.
No, not at all. Last night I woke up because I heard something. Mommy was crying. She was saying that she was sorry. Thomas was hugging her. Why does Mommy need to be sorry? Today we only had oatmeal for breakfast. I miss when we walked to the store to buy muffins. Nicholas would give me half of his, and I would give him half of mine so we can eat 2 flavors.
Okay, so Nicholas is a good dude, good little kid who shares with his sister, supposedly.
Right. And she's presumably
and
the older one.
And supposedly they're having financial issues.
Yeah. So we can open that.
So this is probably going to be the room with all the horrible shit in it. So
art class, drawing and painting for kids ages 6 to 12. Studio classes are Monday to Saturday, 90-minute sessions.
Clearly she wants to, like... We know that one of their kids is, like, very into drawing. And it's, like, $35 in 1998.
Sorry, I could have sworn that I saw that 1334 number on there, but I guess not.
Can you go back to Thomas's phone in the kitchen?
They're both from Catherine.
Right. I just didn't know if we could tell that was what the number for that phone was. Right. All right.
Nicholas was worse today. Tantrums are as always, but he started throwing toys again. You need to talk to him. He needs more discipline. This is, I'm presuming, either Gina...
From a teacher?
Maybe Gina.
Or Gina. Maybe.
I have a family and bills too. To treat someone who helped raise your children this way, I see that you have lost your integrity. Oof. Stop by the gas station, get new fuel cards for September, $80 each for 2 cards, withdraw money from bank. This is...
That'll be Thomas.
This is Tommy, yeah. Thomas. Oh. Ooh. Congratulations on your engagement, Catherine. I'm thrilled for you. In all honesty, I was quite doubtful that it was going to work out after you guys have only been dating for a year. I assumed you'd go back to Miami a few months after moving here. I was so excited for 1999 now. I will definitely be there at your wedding, Megan, 12/9/97. So they were engaged.
Okay.
And they have been for a while.
Yeah, for about a year.
But they're getting married in 99. Okay.
Okay.
From the police department. September 6, 98, I was dispatched to 2839 Garner's Ferry Road, Los Angeles, California, due to a 911 call that came in at 1:58 p.m. Soon met with Jeffrey Massey, who stated that he had finished shopping and was on his way to his car when a boy, Nicholas Woods, ran up to him. The boy asked Jeffrey to help his sister. That was when Jeffrey saw Hazel Woods unconscious on the ground at the parking lot and called 911. An employee at Terry's Toy Box witnessed Hazel walk out of the store with her brother Nicholas a few minutes prior to the call. Hazel was taken to the nearest hospital immediately. What the fuck?
Okay.
That's kind of a weird thing to just get in the mail.
Well, I mean, it's an official document that, probably important. Okay.
Excuse me? Just money?
It's cash. An envelope full of cash.
Okay.
All right.
Northern signs of the zodiac constellations between declinations 45 north and 45 south.
That's unimportant. Well, I mean, maybe there's something on the back. Maybe.
Cash on next day off. $480 from Rick Wilson and Elizabeth Wilson, the people that she's looking after.
Okay. Pay for, Jesus Christ, a week in 1998 is $480?
Pay pretty good.
Jesus.
Ooh, Josh Woods, $700. Child support.
Ooh, child support. Maybe we need to note that down. But also, $480 and $700.
It's $1180.
A month.
No, that's
11.
That's not even a month. That was for a week.
Yeah. So hold on. I'm just randomly curious. $1998 today, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that was what, $1180 for a week?
Well, no, it was $480 for a week. So times that by 4, and then add $700.
$480 a week.
Yep. And then
would be $480 is $941. So multiply that times 4. That's $3,600
plus another $700 for child support.
Right. So $3,600 plus 7. So hold on, $3,600 plus $700 in today's dollars is $1,370. So let's say $5,000.
Yeah. Not including what she's making at the diner.
All right, $5,000 a month. That's $60,000 a year.
Shit.
Which is not great, but it's not poverty.
It's also Los Angeles, so I mean, clearly
it is also Los
Angeles. They have a
is it Los Angeles or is it Miami?
No, this is Los Angeles. She was going to move back to Miami.
Right.
Also, this is a nice 2-bedroom.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me. 1 to 2 bathroom house. I mean, they're not. I can see where they'd be struggling if he's stealing money to pay his gambling debts, which he clearly fucking is.
Well, we don't 100% know that yet.
Okay, so she likes astronomy.
They have a telescope and all of that. Check the trash can real quick.
Required payments until payday. Gas bill by 9/12, $66.57. Okay. Thomas car loan.
$300 for the car loan.
Okay.
So supposedly Thomas took the money out for his car loan. Well, wait, when did he pull that money out? Because that was 9/12.
The day of.
So he was a week late on this car loan.
No, I think he pulled the money out to pay whoever left that threatening message, but we'll get to that.
Well, I'm just saying the numbers line up. It was $300 that he pulled out and $300 for the car loan.
Borrow money. Asked for her to wait. Pay from savings?
Yeah.
Pay from savings.
Okay. All right.
Also, I just noticed this. It's just a BB gun.
Just like Dad.
Just a BB gun. All right.
Okay.
Truckers United Health Insurance. Thomas Harrington, Catherine Patton, Hazel Woods, Nicholas Woods. So Patton must be her maiden name.
Her maiden name, yeah. Just click read.
It's going to do the whole thing.
Yeah, so he's from Canada, right?
No, that jumped out at me too. It's cover the insured wherever they shall be, should they be either in the United States of America or the Dominion of Canada.
I see.
Also, Canada hasn't been a Dominion for a long time, just FYI.
Well, I mean, it's been 30 something. It's nearly 30 years since 1998. So
This does still have important information, though. Tells us what he does and where his address is.
refrigerated fridge. So maybe he's not like a gambling addict. It's just that he has routes to Reno and wherever to drive his like frozen truck or whatever.
Right. Sorry, I'll need to do some cooking, but I want to avoid giving frozen foods to the kids as much as I can.
Okay. So some cheap and easy recipes for dinners and whatever.
Right.
Okay.
Account
Thomas
summary.
Okay.
So previous payment due date 9/24/98. New balance 78.98. Minimum payment. This is a credit card statement. Okay. 157.97.
He spent $4,620.
Ooh.
On what?
It doesn't say. 4,627.
What date was that statement made? So that was from 8/17 to 9/17. So he spent
$4,000.
$4,600 within that month.
Got another $500 in Vegas.
What is this?
It's an ATM transaction record
Oh,
in Vegas.
but on the 6th.
Yes, but he was in Vegas again. Wait. Nope, that one's in California. Good to know. Also, a $2 ATM transaction fee. Brother, you got off well. Okay. He also likes stick cigarettes. There's a lot of...
There was another document on the side of the desk there. The thing with the menu,
Yeah.
right? The recipes. Okay.
Reno, truck stop, Sacramento, Bakersfield, Los Angeles, 2 to 3 hours.
So,
4 to 5.
do they live in LA?
Yes.
Okay. So he was in LA and he has to go. Yeah, so he's a trucker. He's got to go from like Reno to LA and LA to Reno and whatever.
Plastic representation. So he must have made this, right? He must have made this delivery.
When was the date on the ATM thing?
Oh,
in Vegas?
hold on. There's multiple pages here.
Well, yeah. You can cycle between them in the trash can.
The thing from Vegas? 9/6.
Where was he supposed to be on that day?
9/4. 9/7.
He was supposed to be at home on the 6th.
Let's go check her planner really quick. Thomas takes care of kids.
Yeah. It points at the 6th. He was supposed to be at home on the 6th.
Yeah, he was at home.
But he was in Vegas.
He left early.
That receipt that he had in the trash can is in Vegas on the 6th.
Right. So Thomas takes care of kids until Gina comes back. Gina takes over from 3 to 8. And he was in Vegas by 3? Oof. That doesn't make any sense, does it?
Well, does it? Because look at does it match up with the thing that he had in his other wallet with like the cash out thingy? Like,
At
does this match with
1:30?
like on the 6th? So he went in there, took out $500 and like lost $500 and got like 37 cents back.
Oof.
Right?
That's what I'm assuming. So from 9/7. So he left early, went from Los Angeles to Vegas, came back, and then finished his route. Presumably.
Right. But we don't really care about any of that. We just care about what happened on the 18th. Like, where were people on the 18th?
More importantly, what are our questions? Where was everyone at 2 p.m. on the 6th of September? Would insurance cover the hospital bills? Who picked up the kids on the 18th?
Okay.
All right.
So we know that Thomas was in Vegas on the 6th.
It wants a particular street address, though.
Yeah, so what's the address on his, like, gambling slip?
Right.
4830 Sunrise Road.
In Las Vegas, Nevada.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's in Vegas on the 6th.
Yeah, okay.
4830 Sunrise
in Las Vegas,
Nevada. So you can assume that Catherine was at work.
Yes.
So what's the address of the diner?
No, that's not what I want.
It would be on the menu on the ground.
That's not
by the
that's
phone.
not right. Hold on. On the
Yeah, she was working at she was at work. Oh, 2 p.m.
So she was at the
She's at the Wilsons at 2 p.m. So what is the address of the Wilsons? That'd be on the check.
Yeah.
Or whatever, right?
That one.
Yeah, there you go.
45
4572 Charter Street.
Santa Clarita. Charter Street in
Santa Clarita,
California.
So
this is on the 6th of November or 6th of September. Okay.
What was the police statement?
I don't think that was.
Because if
excuse me,
no, it was in that room.
Right, it was
on the desk, on top of the desk. That one. Yeah. So the kids
39.
the kids were alone at wherever this is. The dad was in Vegas, or the boyfriend was in Vegas. The mother was at work.
Yeah.
So the kids were left alone at the same place together. Los Angeles.
California.
So I would make the assumption there that they weren't kidnapped or anything like that, and they didn't go missing. What does the insurance say? Were they covered by insurance?
This policy shall cover up to the benefit limit. All general.
Only a person who satisfies the below mentioned eligibility criteria or is a dependent of the insured. Blah blah blah. Non-surgical procedure. Insurance.
Dependents that are not married to or legal family can only receive general practitioner coverage and shall not receive full benefits.
They don't get insurance because they are not married yet.
What hospital bill? Hold on. What was the hospital bill?
I don't remember seeing a hospital bill.
There was one, though.
Wait, go back to the phone real quick. When did those numbers from wherever start showing up?
9/7. No, wait.
So that was the date.
Yeah. 9/7.
It was the day after the girl collapsed at that toy store or whatever alone.
Right.
So I don't think it's like a threatening phone call or whatever.
Are you kidding me? You don't hear this?
That's it. Now I will be taking things into my own hands.
That is...
Right, but that's a woman.
Yeah, that's absolutely threatening, though.
But it's threatening from like a... Like, not like I'm going to kidnap them, but like... You have... I think that's like CPS.
Oh.
Oh, here we go.
$10,000.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Patient.
Yeah, that's not getting paid. Ooh.
Okay.
So
No.
I'm willing to bet that like the girl passed out at some toy store. The son called 911.
And you think CPS showed up?
The mother was at work. The boyfriend was in Vegas. Right?
Right.
So, like, obviously, that would get referred to CPS. Like, you know, you weren't able to take care of this kid or whatever. We're going to start calling you to keep track of what's going on.
She got the doll.
Right?
Of course. She was taking the money so she could buy the doll so Thomas looked worse. I know the answer.
Do you?
I don't know the last name.
Where'd you get that name from?
My teacher had me meet somebody during lunch. Her
is-
name was Hannah.
Okay, so let's look for a last name to see if we can find, like, a last name for Hannah.
I don't even know where we would look.
Is there... What about the planner? Is there a last name that we aren't aware, like, that we haven't, like, matched up? Ah, right there. On the right side there. Miss Olsen keeps calling. Call her back.
You think it's Hannah Olsen?
I think it's Hannah Olsen. And she... Olsen. E-N.
No, it was O-N.
No, O-N. Sorry. Yeah, you're right. I'm pretty sure that she's like a CPS agent who is like, I'm gonna come and get these kids if you don't fucking call me back, because they were alone by themselves and the kid collapsed in the street or whatever while you were at work and the dad was fucking in Vegas or whatever.
Because remember, the most important thing is... Please contact the main office and explain your situation for a pickup. We require an ID check before we let your child go.
Yeah.
But in the event that somebody flashes a fucking badge... Right?
Yeah. The dad clearly wasn't there.
Or the stepdad, yeah.
So, or boyfriend or whatever. So, I mean, clearly, like, if... You know, CPS steps in is like, look, I need to take these kids or whatever, and her like ID checks out.
Ooh. Like you're assuming it's a kidnapping, and it's just not.
I'm not assuming it's a kidnapping anymore. I think it's like CPS came and took these kids away.
Damn, we're good. Oh my god.
Oh, that's bittersweet though.
Yeah.
That fucking sucks.
Ooh. Fucking get rid of Thomas, Jesus.
Ugh.
Next time on Character Select, fucking hell. It takes us a second to get there, but once we get there,
once the wheels start turning,
we know what we're doing.
Sort of.
Thank you very much for watching. Make sure to click that like button down below if you liked it. And Tyler.
Dave.
This rate, I'm going to become detective, and you'll be Noteboy.
I'm already Noteboy.
Yeah, but it's a temporary situation, right?
No.
Oh, do I get paid as detective then?
No.
Oh, well, fuck it.